great support from the government. Heartening for me to hear their testimonies, a cohort of young people who were either born soon after 1994 or had not yet been born, but who have now become I particularly appreciated their determination, their commitment, and their optimism, and the fact that they want to succeed in their lives. Of course, many of them raised the question of unemployment, that much as they've acquired degrees, much as they have acquired their qualifications, a number of them, or many of them, are not working. So that in itself is that the ANC Youth League president raised it very, very sharply, and they themselves, the young people who have acquired a number of skills, said, we are now qualified, we are engineers, but we are not working. This is a thorny issue on our side as government. This is a matter that we are addressing and we have to address urgently. Youth unemployment is one of the biggest challenges. But I also took time to brief them about the many initiatives that we have embarked upon, some of which have also been embarked upon by the National Youth Development Agency, the NYDA, where young people of their own volition, empowered with a budget and empowered with a structure, have been assisting a number of young people in businesses in relation to training and getting jobs. And on the other side, government has been doing a great deal, which I briefed them about, the Presidential Employment Stimulus Initiative that has employed 1.2 million people, and almost 800,000 of them being young people, and particularly young women. So it was a very good engagement. I rather enjoyed it, and I wish I had spent more time with them, because I always find it insightful, and it contributes a great deal to what we need to do as government, having heard the views of young people. It was very empowering, very enriching, and I enjoyed myself.
Thank you very much, Comrade President. How generous with availing the President.
No.
But he's really been moving from one thing to the other. Absolutely. Absolutely, Comrade number one. I want to request that it's one question per media house, and we keep it very, very crisp. Okay, willing to go, SABC?
Mr. President, you spoke about intervention. Okay. Mr. President, my name is Ntebu. I'm with the SAPC. You spoke about interventions on the young people. How do you go about dealing with that?
Well, as you heard, there are initiatives that we've put in place, and many of them have been really impactful. For instance, as I said, the Presidential Employment Stimulus Initiative has created job opportunities for 1.2 million people, many of them young people. And this is an introduction over a year period and slightly more of young people into the world of work. And many of those young people who now they've got experience, they are then able to be absorbed by either the sector or other employment system, which is showing greater numbers of growth. And our job placement website has now got 4 and more million people. So young people are getting opportunities, and more we're never going to be able to create 7 million jobs at one go for all the young people. But the fact of the matter is that this government is making strides and creating jobs for young people, job opportunities in more ways than one.
Mr. President, Uleli Chuti Jones from BNCA. Education is primarily the bedrock of the but there are challenges at the tertiary level. There's been allegations around corruption and mismanagement taking place at NASFAS, one of which Minister Blade Zimbabwe has. The CEO has has been axed, is fighting to make his way back in. What do you say about this in terms of there having to be accountability, particularly when there's issues at NASFAS? It's supposed to be funding, students to go to school and study.
Well, NASFAS encountered a number of challenges that are being addressed, and the various allegations obviously are a matter of concern, and they are also being looked at. And so everything that is put out and alleged has to be looked at. So we need to find the nub of the issue. Accountability, yes, is an important aspect of what we need to do in government, and there shall be processes moving forward in every aspect of government of accountability. We are going to heighten that. So the challenge that I can assure you.
Very much. That is to be the last one, very last. Actually, no, we're done. I assume we're done, but yes. This is now an afterthought. Okay, we'll add
Mr. President, my name is still Nyana Mulit. I now work with BRICS Africa Channel. My question is, how do you envisage leveraging South Africa's relationship with BRICS and other international liaisons you have, so that the problem is not sorted by you in the country, but leverage your international partners too?
Well, as we all know, our country is facing, and by the way, we're not the only country in the world that is facing challenges of one sort or another. The global community is dogged by enormous problems. Some of them have to do with the economies, inflation, now a logistics challenge with the ships having to be diverted from the Red Sea. It's even a bigger share of the problems because of our history, inequality, and now with load shedding. So all these problems requires that government must work very hard to resolve the problems, but where it work with other countries, it should do so. So we have a very rich relationship platform with BRICS countries, and that is a source that we can leverage on. We trade quite significantly with a number of BRICS countries, and that adds to the growth of our economy. We to see trading relations getting better and better, also particularly with the new BRICS members. So in the end, we live in an interdependent world. No country can tackle problems on its own, and no country can deem to succeed on its own without leveraging what it has and also being able to get the support and the assistance of other countries. So that is why for us it's important to have a very progressive and robust foreign policy. Foreign policy that is more directed at advancing our interests as South Africans, first and foremost. And thereafter, we advance interest and setting up the case against Israel. So we are a world citizen as a country, and we want to play our role. But that role must first and foremost be a role that will advance South African interests. Thank you very much. Hope to see you.
Very much. We will respond to the other questions that have been taken. We will respond.
Busy now.
Only brief, then the NEC.